Hi everyone, my name is Candace Perry and I currently teach high school English in Lee County Schools, and today I am going to talk to you about intelligence tests and their controversies. The first kind of test that I'm going to talk to you about is the Stanford-Binet test. It was originally called the Binet test because it was invented by Alfred Binet in 1904, and this is the test that people usually think of as the IQ test. It determines your IQ by taking your mental age, dividing it by your chronological age, and then multiplying that number by 100. It has been revised many times to correspond with updated information on intelligence and intelligence tests, and it is currently in its 5th edition. This test is taken on an individual basis and consists of questions that require both verbal and nonverbal responses and is given to individuals ranging from the age of 2 to adults. The current edition tests abstract thinking, conceptual information, math skills, the ability to understand visual forms and spatial layouts, and the recall of new information. The second individual type of test for intelligence is the Wechsler scales. These were created by psychologist David Wechsler, and it is broken into 3 types of tests based on your age. It provides the overall IQ score, scores on several subtests, and several composite indexes. These subtests and composite scores allow examiners to quickly determine test takers' strengths and weaknesses. The last type of intelligence test is the group intelligence test. These are taken in groups instead of on an individual basis. The 2 major types are Lorge-Thorndike intelligence tests and the Otis-Lennon ability test. Group intelligence tests are given because they are more convenient and economical than individual tests. There are several controversies surrounding intelligence tests. The first one is nature versus nurture. And the question surrounding this debate is intelligence inherited, influenced by environment, or both? Ethnicity and culture is another controversy with intelligence tests. And the 3 main questions with this controversy are there ethnic differences in culture? Are conventional tests of intelligence biased? If tests are biased, how can we create culture-fair tests? Another controversy surrounding intelligence tests has to do with ability grouping and tracking. And with that, we ask ourselves, should we separate students into ability groups based on their intelligence scores? The last controversy has to do with group intelligence tests, and the major things about group intelligence tests that cause controversy are that examiners cannot establish rapport with individual students. Students might not understand the instruction, and students might be distracted by other students and therefore not perform as well on the test. Here are 3 articles that delve deeper into intelligence tests and the controversies. The first one, the IQ Test Wars, is the article I would like to highlight. What I really like about this article is that while it addresses the debate surrounding IQ tests and if they really are helpful, it also mentions the pros for IQ tests. So it looks at what is intelligence and how should we test it, and what are the controversies surrounding intelligence tests, but it also emphasizes that intelligence tests certainly have room for improvement, but they can be useful. This second article, Arguments for Intelligence Testing Being Used in Schools, it acknowledges how our knowledge of intelligence, especially in children, is changing, and it does a great job of explaining how intelligence tests offer valuable insight and avoid stereotyping. This last article, called Intelligence Test Types and Uses Individual, is a great resource because it has a lot of graphics comparing all of the different IQ tests. It compares the Binet and Wechsler tests, and it also discusses the various types of questions on the tests. Here are 2 videos that also highlight intelligence tests and their controversies. These are crash course videos, and if you have ever used these in your classroom, they are excellent resources because they have great graphics and also provide the information in ways that are easy for both teachers and students to understand and grasp. And in this first video, Controversy of Intelligence crash course, it talks about what is intelligence and the types of intelligence. It also looks at intelligence tests and how they have been used in the past. The brain versus bias crash course video goes into more depth about the different types of intelligence tests. It also discusses how the intelligence tests are standardized, their reliability, and their validity. It also discusses some of the intelligence test controversies that I have already discussed, including the nurture versus nature and testing bias. Again, these videos are great resources because they have excellent graphics and are great at producing information that is helpful and knowledgeable. Here is a sample intelligence test question. This is a test question pulled from the Stanford Binet test, and this is one of the types of questions that would be seen on that intelligence test. So to summarize, there are two types of intelligence tests. There are the individual intelligence tests. There is the Stanford Binet test and the Wechsler Scales test. There is also group intelligence tests, which are used because they are more convenient and economical than individual tests. And there are several controversies surrounding intelligence tests, including the nature versus nurture debate, ethnicity and culture, ability grouping and tracking, and group intelligence tests. The major lingering question that we have with intelligence tests and their controversies is how can we create intelligence tests that avoid bias but also provide accurate information? As we continue to learn more about intelligence and how it evolves, especially in children, hopefully we will be able to create intelligence tests that do avoid that bias but also provide us with helpful information for our students. Thank you and have a wonderful day.